So today we're going to be talking about how to power stretch the carpet in a room. Ideally, you don't want to stretch into a bunch of angles. I actually did, but I had to be really careful that I didn't roll a wrinkle into it. This room, not so big of a deal. So it's a basic straight shot room. This is one drop-in piece of 12 by 13 carpet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to anchor right here, this wall, and I'm going to pop a stretch straight up that way. I'm going to set this whole wall. So I'm going to use my kicker and set this whole wall. So power stretch 1, power stretch 2, set everything behind that. Once that's set, I'm going to turn it around, put the tail right here, and put the head right there. I'm going to do a power stretch, and then I have an obstacle there. So I have some Z-bar in the doorway. I'm going to show you what that looks like. This is what you put the carpet underneath. And it just has a nice rolled edge look, so you just tuck it up underneath there. So I'm going to tuck that in, and then I'm going to go to halfway on this wall. I'm going to set everything up to that point. So everything behind my power stretch I'm setting with my kicker, and then I'm just going to trim all this in, remember, halfway through that wall. When I get halfway through that wall, I'm going to turn my stretcher head back around, tail here, head there. And remember, we put 1-2 stretches to begin with. I'm going to finish that wall power stretching, okay? And I'm going to do it a little bit at an angle. Stretch, because that's, right now, it's like way too much of an angle. But more like that. You see how it's a subtle angle? Instead of being straight on. Why? Why am I doing that? Because I'm rolling my wrinkle towards that wall. I'm not rolling up a huge wrinkle. There should be nothing developing behind me. And then I'm rolling my wrinkle. And then once I get done setting this wall, I'm going to turn my head around, coming back to the middle on this wall, and I'm going to finish coming this way. And I'm going to stop right here because I have a seam there. And I'm just going to kick the last part of this, which it should be so tight that it's not going to be a problem just to set that last piece right there at that point. So remember, so we're rolling the wrinkle toward that way and towards this way to stretch carpet to have a nice tight lay. Hold on, I'm going to show you what the other room, what that looks like. I'm in a nice tight insulation. So here's the other room. Very similar, just so you guys know. I started right here in my doorway. I anchored this wall and I popped the stretch. Boom, 1 and 2 right there. And I set everything, that's right, everything behind it right here. Once that was set, instead of putting a board here and starting here, which you absolutely could do, put a board across here and then send 1 stretch right up there. I just started right here and kind of angled back that way because I did what I tell you guys not to do. I stretched into this obstacle, and I'm going to tell you why. Because this room is like barely under 12 foot, like a ½ inch under 12 foot. So I was going to fall short right there and in this doorway. So to start this, I kicked it up here, and then I put it underneath my reducer because I'm replacing this carpet room. So this reducer was already down. And then I tuck up underneath it, and then I stay nailed it in a couple of places, 1, 2, 3. And then I took my hammer and I laid down the teeth of that carpet gripper so you don't feel it when it comes up. So same thing. Boom, stretch, set the whole wall. And then tail here, head there, stretch, paying attention to making sure that my wrinkle's in front of me, not behind me. And every time I'm coming in at that slight angle, I'm moving the tail. I'm bringing the head over, and then I'm moving the tail. I'm moving the head over and moving the tail. Tail stays slightly behind it. When I got here, I tried to come straight on into that angle. And as you can see, that worked out really, really well. There's not any big gaps right there. And then I power stretch. Remember, when I get halfway through, I'm turning it back around. Boom, 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 finishing that wall. When I got to right there, then I just broke it all down and I knee kicked all the rest of this. And this is what it should look like if you have a nice tight floor. Look at that. Pops right back down. All right. Thank you for watching.